Hey everybody, what's going on? It is James here with Crypto Common Sense, and I have a video for you today that I hope will open your eyes to just how amazing trading can really be. I shot a video yesterday talking about whether I felt like the Bitcoin bottom was in. If you haven't seen that video, make sure you check that out after this one. In this video, I want to talk about math, and I want to talk about the law of probabilities. I think this will help some people who may be stuck in analysis paralysis mode with their trades. They see trades, but they're maybe afraid to pull the trigger, or they're taking very small trades because they're afraid of losing, etc. So in the past, I've talked about the fact that you always want to use proper risk management and that you always want to be prepared to lose up to 10 trades in a row. That is true that statistically over your career, at some point you probably will lose 10 in a row. But I also want to point out how unlikely it actually is. It's going to be a very rare event. And so what I did was I figured there was a mathematical formula that could actually tell us this. And so I just did a quick Google search and I came up with this answer. Assuming that you have a probability of being right 1 out of 2 times. So we're going to say, you're taking trades and you're either right or wrong. It's a kind of a binary type of deal. You can use this equation supposedly that raises that 1/2 probability to the power of whatever it is you're looking for. So for example, if I wanted to find out what's the likelihood that I'm going to lose 5 trades in a row, if I'm just guessing, I could say 1/2 to the power of 5. Or if I wanted to find out how likely it is that I'll lose 10 in a row, I could say 1/2 to the power of 10. And I'm hoping this really hits home with some people and helps to alleviate some of their anxiety and stress. So let's say that you want to know what the probability is that you're going to lose 10 trades in a row. Like let's say that you're using TA and everything. You should have a better than 50% probability of being right. But let's just say that you don't. Let's say that it's no better than guessing because you're not very good at TA yet. Okay, so that would be 0.5. Obviously 1 divided by 2 is 0.5. And if we raise that to the power of 10, bam, you only have a 0.09% chance, we'll call it a 0.1% chance of being wrong 10 times in a row. That's it. That's how unlikely it is that you'll be wrong 10 times in a row. So let's say that you're starting out and you're just getting your feet wet. You're trying to get over nerves. Maybe you're only risking $5 a trade. That means there's only about a 0.1% chance you're going to lose 10 in a row, which means there's only a 0.1% chance you're going to lose $50. It's much more likely that you're going to win some of those trades. And if you are winning trades where you're making at least 2 to 1, there's a very good likelihood that you're going to either lose a little bit of money, worst case, or maybe break even, worst case. It's actually, and people are going to want to argue with this, but it's just the reality. If you're trading properly and you're using proper money management and you're using proper stop losses and you're taking your stops when they're hit and you are letting your trades ride to their profits when you're in a trade, it's actually very difficult to lose money trading. And some people say, oh, that's just not true. I've heard the statistic that 95% or 99% or 90% of all traders lose all their money within 2 years. First off, I don't even know if that statistic is actually accurate. I know that's a number that gets tossed around, but I don't know that anybody's actually went and ever verified that. I got a report from, I believe it was TD Ameritrade. It could have been one of the other sites. When I started trading, they had to give me legal disclaimers. And in their legal disclaimer, it said that like 67% of traders on their platform, I believe it was 67%, were profitable. 2/3 of people were making money. So I don't know where this statistic that 90% of people go broke in 2 years is. Maybe it's more likely that 90 to 95% of people who never educate themselves go broke. But even that really just comes down to money management, because even if you have no technical analysis skill whatsoever and you're just guessing, you actually have a fairly good likelihood of making money if you're using proper risk management, if you're using stop losses. The reason people lose money trading is because they get into a trade and they fall in love with that trade and they refuse to take the loss. It'll hit their stop and they'll say, no, I think I'm still right. So they'll move it. And then it'll go down a little more and they'll move it. So I'm going to go to a chart and show you this, and I'm going to show you how you will lose all of your money, and I'm going to show you how to avoid it. So we're going to look at Bitcoin. And let's say that I am trading Bitcoin here. We're just going to use this 5-minute chart. I didn't look at this ahead of time, but it's fine because it's all the same. And let's say that I think this is an uptrend, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. Okay, and so it pulls back right here, and I think, okay, I'm going to get long. So let's say that for whatever reason, I'm not saying you should, but let's just say for whatever reason, I decide that I'm going to get long in this green candle, and I'm going to put my stop right here. Okay, so my trade's that would actually work, ironically enough, but let's pretend that it wouldn't have worked. Let's pretend that price went down and hit my stop. Well, I might say, well, yeah, it went below my stop, but this level here will probably hold. So then a new trader will just say, well, I'll just move my stop loss to here. And then it takes that out, and they're like, oh, yeah, I know, but it's probably going to stop right here. And so they move it there and it hits that. Well, I know, but it's really close. It's probably going to stop there. And they just keep doing that. They keep moving it to the next level and the next level. And then next thing you know, they finally capitulate somewhere around here, and they've lost several times what they planned on losing on that trade. Instead of losing, let's say they were risking $100, they end up losing $1,000. And I'm not making fun of people for doing that, because I think every single trader earlier in their career probably did do that at some point. I know for a fact that I did that when I was first started trading. That's how I ended up bag holding a lot of altcoins that ended up going down 90 to 95% versus Bitcoin and never came back. Ended up costing myself literally hundreds of thousands of dollars. And if you talk about opportunity cost, we're talking about millions of dollars, because I just kept moving stop losses that first year and a half I was trading. That's what wrecks people. You can be wrong 10 times in a row, but if you're only risking 1% of your account, you still have most of your money left. Think about the math behind this. Let's say that you have, just for easy math, let's say you got $1,000, you're brand new in your journey, you got $1,000 to trade with, and you're risking, let's say 1%, that'd be $10 per trade. So you lose 10 trades in a row, which we just said is extremely unlikely. The chance that you're going to lose 10 trades in a row with a 50-50 probability is about 0.1%. But let's say that for some reason you're just that unlucky. Okay, you lose $100. You still have $900 to trade with. In fact, you have more than that. Because here's a little tip for you guys. You can't actually lose all your money if you're using proper risk management, unless there's some kind of systemic issue where the site goes down, gets hacked, whatever. And some people say, well, sure you can. If you lose 100 trades in a row, that's 100%. No, it's not. Because if you're risking 1% and you lose, okay, you got $1,000, you risk 1%, that's 10, you lost $10, minus $10. So now you got $990. Well, if you risk 1% now, you're only risking $9.90. And every time you lose, you're risking 1%, 1%, 1%. Even if you lost 100 trades in a row, you would still have money left, because every time you lose, the amount you're trading with, the amount you're risking gets smaller, because it's based on the size of your account, 1% of the account. Proper risk management is literally 80% of being a successful trader. And it's crazy, because when I do courses, even my high-end courses that cost thousands of dollars, I will look sometimes at the statistics of which videos are getting watched and which videos people are skipping. And people skip the money management section more often than any other section. Everyone wants to know technical analysis. Everyone wants to learn my setups when they join the courses. They're all gung-ho on those. A lot of people want to learn how to use the indicators. They're all gung-ho on that. But a lot of people simply skip the money management part. And money management is the whole crux of being a professional trader. I could use no TA. I could just literally look at a chart and guess. And if I'm using proper money management, I would probably be able to turn a profit. But overall, that's what I wanted to explain to you all is, don't second guess yourself. Especially if you're new, or maybe you're not new, maybe you've been around crypto a while, but you've never really taken time to formally learn how to trade. Just realize that the probabilities are in your favor. They are not against you. They're in your favor. You should have at least a 50-50 probability of winning every trade you take. And if you're trading with TA and you have an edge, your probability should be greater than that. And the statistics show that the chances of being wrong, 5 or 10 times in a row, very, very unlikely. Very unlikely. Hopefully y'all enjoyed this video. Again, remember, if you haven't yet checked out yesterday's video on whether or not Bitcoin is bottomed, you can find that on my channel. It's definitely worth a watch. I give you a very down-to-earth, realistic breakdown of what I expect for the future of Bitcoin and the future of markets. As far as this video goes, I'll wrap it up there, but please remember I am just some guy sitting in a spare bedroom, and that means that nothing in the video is financial advice. You should always go out and do your own due diligence and seek out professional financial advice from a licensed financial advisor before making any type of investment in cryptocurrency, the stock market, precious metals, Forex, or any other tradable asset. If you enjoyed the video, be sure and give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and check that description for a link where you can join my training courses as well as my trading software. I believe those will help pretty much any trader improve their results with trading. This is James with Crypto Common Sense. I'll talk to you soon.